Greetings, David Avocado Wolfe here. We have got an incredible show lined up for you. I am all the way over here near Utrecht in the Netherlands, actually in Driebergen. This is my Dutch accent. I'm working on it. I'm with Rogier
Yes, hello.
Zwijsen.
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 Rogier
I'm
Zwijsen.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
It's a little bit French, it's a little bit Belgian, it's a little bit German, it's a little bit Dutch, kind of. That's kind of the sound of it. Anyway, we are all the way over here in the Netherlands. Great country. So many amazing things coming out of this country, but like every other country, it's crazy too, right? There you have the other side, and we're in that kind of push and pull right now. But we are in one of those great spots that really is a great thing to support. If you live in Europe, you're traveling through the Netherlands. We've got a superhero headquarters for you. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be a great show. So tune in, listen closely. This is gonna be about the leading edge of health and healing. Okay, so
Yeah.
you would say if I was going to say Roger's name in English, it would be Roger Rogier Zwijsen. Did I get it?
Rogier Zwijsen. That's it. I think it is a little difficult for if you're speaking English to pronounce that difficult Dutch names. That's okay.
It's incredible, this Dutch language.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in a clinic that does really interesting healing. But before we get into all of the things, you can see all the things around us, and every room is like this, and all these amazing devices, health and healing technologies. This is superhero headquarters. We are really driving you to come into places like this before you're sick, right? Before you need, some support or help. Like you should be doing what I do. It's like everywhere I go, I'm seeking out people like Roger, and we're getting the support, the help. We're doing all the things. And that's kind of that's like fun. It's like, you go to the gym. So you go to the gym, you go to the sauna, and you come to a place like this, and that's kind of your workout for the day. It's like you're giving that gift to yourself. But I'm going to turn over to you, Roger.
Yeah.
How did you get into health and healing? And how did you get into this amazing healing work that you're doing right now?
Yes, it is really something you built up in your life. So you just starting is very small. I started 40 years ago after I did university. First, I did psychology, and after psychology, I saw this is not the way I want to do it. So it was for me. I want to find a way of healing that really works. And so I know the answer was not easy, but I say, okay, then I started a 3 year course of homeopathy, of TCM, that means Chinese medicines, and it was something, and herbals,
Okay, yep.
herbalry.
And this is
So
over 40 years ago.
yeah, this was about 40 years ago. I did university till 1985. Then I did 3 years of this course. It
Okay.
was a beginning course, and then in the end of the course, I started my clinic already. So there were already people with difficult diseases, and say, "Hey, Roger, you can do something for me." And I was in Utrecht. I was living in a good room. Thinking, "Well, maybe I can just start." I just started with doing acupuncture and starting to do my herbals. But then when I did it, I just also discovered bioresonance. And that was really, for me, really eye-opening.
Explain to us bioresonance. Explain that term. We throw that in our field. We always talk about bioresonance, but most
Yeah.
people out there in the world haven't heard that term.
Yeah, bioresonance is the methods of the devices we have made to change the biological field of the body. So, in our opinion, the human being is not only a physical body, but has also vibration, has also energy. And that vibration and energy is in the body, but also a little bit out of the body. So if you studied Eastern philosophy or Eastern medicine, they talk about the chakras or they talk about the meridians. For these people, they are really something. It's not some
It
place,
wasn't some
some
gobbledygook
God thing.
idea.
No,
It was real.
it's real. They saw the chakras
Yeah.
into the aura. They saw the meridians flowing as life energy channels over the body. So, and therefore they developed Chinese medicine.
Hmm.
They developed Ayurveda. And in that same time, I went with my girlfriends more times to India to study Ayurveda, and I tried to find a way of healing that real works for the most difficult problems, most difficult diseases. In my opinion, when a disease is developing into your body, there had to be a way out, and there had to be a way out of this harmony. So, in our vision, disease and unwell-being is a result of disharmonic energies and disharmonic functions of the body, both. And so when I discovered bioresonance, then I know this is what I want to do. Because when I had one of the first bioresonance devices here in Netherlands, there exists. So I was member number 4 or 5, the doing bioresonance. But in that time, the bioresonance was very primitive.
Primitive, yeah.
On this moment, we developed more than 40 years later, the bioresonance developed more and more and getting better.
Through bioresonance, I can monitor, for example, your meridians and determine like, hey, there looks like we've got some type of bacteria or like E. coli in the intestines or something, right?
Yeah.
That's what bioresonance is, meaning that they leave a trail.
Yeah.
They leave a resonance or their frequencies detectable. Is that right?
That can you call bioresonance.
Yep.
It is more hunter bioresonance. You saw it already.
Yep.
This kind of bioresonance is devices they developed as follow. They have an input and an output.
Okay.
So in the input, you take as part of your resonance of your body, you bring into the machine. One is here, the beacon. So and they change the frequencies. So they make broader the harmonic frequencies and they turn around the disharmonic frequencies.
Okay.
So the output we're giving back to the body is more harmonious. You're more in harmony. It is an input-output system.
So one way, so with bioresonance, let me see if I understand this correctly. This is for all of us. One thing is that we can determine what's going on without having to do surgery or cut through the body. We can see like, hey, look, we're getting a signature here of a tapeworm, for example.
You have more forms of bioresonance. Now I'm talking of the Bicam form.
Now this is another one. Okay.
And the hunter, you saw me. That's really how do you call it, diagnostic. There's more to see what's into the body.
Okay.
What kind of vibrations in the body? Do we see pathology in frequencies in the body, or do we see other kinds of stuff going into some organs? How's your immunity, etc. This is more, how do you call it? Diagnostic. Therefore, eventually, you're changing the harmonic,
by an
vibration
input output system. Is that right?
You're changing the harmonic form. But eventually, in the bioresonance, also in the changing of input output, you can also do into the cups extra information. And that's interesting because when I know your body has to be, for example, has been harmed by Epstein-Barr virus, for example, or coronavirus, it don't matter, then I know this virus is into your body doing some harm. Then I could do some ample of this vibration of the coronavirus, do it in it, I turn it around and give the vibration to the body. You had to get rid of this coronavirus or grip virus or Epstein-Barr virus or this parasite, etc. So you're giving this information also in the input-output relation, you're giving extra information to the body to deal with some kind of issues the body cannot deal with.
Okay, let me see if I can kind of translate this for everybody. Basically, what's happening is that let's say it was a respiratory pathogen, like corona or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's coming in with a certain pattern. Yeah. This machine's able to create the anti-pattern.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. Or the completely out of phase waveform that neutralizes it.
Exact.
Okay.
And the body only can do is recognize the virus.
Yeah.
And the immune system can recognize the virus and get eating it away.
Yeah.
So eventually you activating the immune system to eat this coronavirus away. So you don't need to have Jeps or something. We only have the good vibration.
Right. Okay. So now I'm going to tell everyone how this is how I discovered this was all real. Yeah. I had mosquitoes in my apartment in New York City back in like 2002. Okay. And so I had a little bioresonance machine in the house.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to catch these mosquitoes. So I went out and I caught like 7 mosquitoes and I put them in a little bag
Yeah,
and I put them in the machine and then it was going to push out into a spray bottle of water. It's only
yeah.
water,
I
nothing
know.
else in it.
Yeah,
The anti-frequency or the completely out of phase frequencies
yeah,
from this mosquitoes. And I went around the house and I sprayed that water.
yeah.
And the first time I went around the house, I was like, okay, something's happening. But the second time, they were out.
Unbelievable.
They were out. And I went, oh,
Hey, that's a good
whoa.
idea to use it
Yeah,
that way.
for that,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
it
why
just kind of
not?
hit us that night. You know, it was
Yeah,
like, and it happened. I was like,
yeah,
whoa, that worked. That was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Because you know how mosquitoes are, they kind of lurk or they won't bother you for a few hours. And then suddenly when you go to bed, they're buzzing around your head or it was that kind of thing. It
unbelievable.
was
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
But anyway,
So,
it worked. So that's how
yeah,
I became aware that this technology is real.
yeah. So you had to know bioresonance you can use for any information, anything. So not only virus or to get rid of parasites, to get rid of fungi, also to improve something. So for example, many patients for me have a very bad liver because the liver cannot detoxify enough chemicals, etc. So they're building up chemicals. So you can also improve the
The
something the
function,
function of the liver, of the lungs, or the kidney, or the heart, or the brain. So that's very good. So we have a very powerful device for making better something, and that is what the regular medicine don't have. They don't have something to really improve something. They don't have something to really make better something. So, and that's really for complementary medicine. We are now in a clinic of complementary medicine. That means medicine next to the regular ones. We can really improve very much things, and that's really powerful. So you
it's
can do so much in improving your health in that way. So I will maybe later we'll talk about how with this kind of schedule I made for improving the problems, the chronic problems of the people.
yeah,
But
well, yeah.
that way,
Well, we're going to get into the cases you've seen
okay,
for sure and how crazy it is.
yeah,
Again, you know, this is for people who, sure, if you're really, you know, in trouble, you want to come see Roger and you want to get aware of this type of medicine and complementary medicine. But if you're not and you're young and you're healthy, you want to start into this stuff right away. You want to know about it. You want to be taken up to the next level. Now, just as a little aside, I've been doing a lot of cleansing, obviously a lot of fasting. How is my liver looking today?
your liver looks great.
Okay, good. That was good. That's a good sign.
Yes, when I looked at your liver and analyzed your liver, my God, you had a liver of somebody from 30
Okay.
something. So your
Yay.
liver great, heart can be better, but okay, you know
Okay, yeah.
that.
We're working on things. And that's always really important is to know what to work on because this bioresonance technology will pick up certain things and be like, yep. And it will resonate too with you in the sense of like, oh, yep, I knew that's what was going on. And that's what's so beautiful about it
Yeah.
is it kind of helps you to be sure that like that's the problem
That's right.
and that's the area to work on.
People coming here, they coming just here, and we had to make a diagnosis. But we don't make diagnostic on the regular way. The diagnostic devices we have, we look to the weak points of the body. So, for example, if somebody's coming to our practice, I'm so tired, I cannot see anymore, and the doctor cannot find anything. First, we have to go to the doctor because then our part's going,
Yeah.
and then we look into the weaknesses, and then I say, my God, your adrenals are a little weak, and I see your pancreas don't make the insulin very good, and I see also, for example, I see intestines we have some parasites. So let's work on the weak points. So what you're doing is you're looking for the points for the body that real needs support.
Yeah.
And then you see the body needs support on, for example, these three kind of organs, then we can support, make better the organ functions, but we also get rid of the parasites we found in your intestines or the fungi or something else, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. We trying always somebody coming, we see the body as a whole, we know it holistic, and therefore we try to improve these things. And
Okay.
then we go a certain way. For example, I had to know that if you want to heal people, you have to do it in a kind of sequence. And
We're going to get there. Yeah.
yeah,
So this is not random, by the way. So he's worked this out over 40 years. We're going to get into your nine. I think it's a 9-step
yeah,
sequence that the
yeah,
way you heal.
yeah,
I do just want to mention for everybody, if you're in anywhere near the Netherlands, this is basically, you're kind of between Amsterdam and Utrecht.
yeah.
correct?
Utrecht.
Driebergen.
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 Driebergen, very good.
And
Yeah.
it's Ars Biomedica.
Ars Biomedica.
Ars
Ars Biomedica.
Biomedica.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure we leave all that detail for you. So again, if you're traveling through, passing through, flying through, come in here for a
Yeah.
day because it's not just the bioresonance stuff. They've got all kinds of devices, machines, organite, some of the best stuff I've ever seen. So we've got a new rejuvenation spot here whenever we're traveling through, and we will be stopping in. You might not be able to get rid of us. Okay,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
nobody gets to this level, like with all the
Yeah.
stuff you have, unless something's happened to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
You had to have the passion. You had to have real drive to heal somebody. And that real passion is very important. For me, the passion was when I was very young, I already had this passion because my mother was always ill and nobody can heal her. And for example, therefore you develop a vision of how we can improve something. And for example, you have in your youth and childhood, you have always some remembrance, some experience that really makes your passion very strongly. So, for example, when I was 17, I had a real dear nephew. His name was Karel. And he was really deep to my heart. And he lived in our house for a long time. And then he certainly got cancer, liver cancer. And I know what the people in the hospital was doing to him. And I thought, my God, this has to be better. We had to find a way of healing, and we had to find a medicine that real heals.
Right. Yeah.
And not just fuck up the symptoms, and not just suppress the symptoms. So and the pathological process is going on. If you're suppressing the symptoms, the pathology is going on, so don't stop. So it will continue, and people getting worse and worse, and that's what you see so much.
Yep.
And then I was thinking, now, okay, we want to develop a kind of medicine that real works, and that's my passion. And therefore, I get a discovery way of 40 years. Try to improve, to think about, okay, this works that way, this works that way, but I always am very critical to myself. I'm critical to find a way when it's not working, maybe you had to another way, to try something else. And therefore, you try many kinds of stuff I tried, and many stuff I tried, I just throw away. It don't work good enough. So, in that time, you collect the devices and you collect the techniques that real works. And therefore, I had the opportunity in 40 years to really search for any kind of disease. So, every day I had 10 patients.
Okay, yeah, let's hear.
And I can research them. I can research what was in the body. And if they're doing this, then this happened. If doing that, that happens. So that experience is really gold.
You see the breadth of it all.
Yes.
I mean, this is like ground zero, right? He's in the Netherlands. You see cancer.
Yeah.
You see Lyme's disease.
I see cancer.
You see parasites.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I see MS. I see neuroborreliosis.
ALS
also.
Yeah.
I examine many patients for ALS, MS, everything. So rheumatics, cholesterol cirrhosis, intestine problems, anything.
Do doctors send their patients to you?
No. The patients come themselves to me. They talk, and then people coming. That's always the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
That's the best.
We will leave the link, everybody. It's word of mouth, but it's also word of internet too, and it's a good thing to spread around. And I'm telling you, if you've been traveling, like yesterday, we were like 70 minutes in the customs line. It was a night. There was like 400 people, and there was 2 customs officials.
Yeah.
And so you're just standing there, you're just going through all that, and you're all crammed in there like sardines.
Yeah.
After all that, and I know you've been through that, you want to come to a place like this,
Yeah.
Ars Biomedica.
Ars Biomedica.
Ars Biomedica.
Yeah. You look it up, and we make a beautiful website. In the website, I try to explain every device, of every way of how to heal the people, because what we're doing is improving the self-healing potential. So that means everybody has a self-healing potential into. We talk about the different energies we have. For example, in Chinese medicines, they define the subtle energies in 5 forms. They call it the 5 elements. And the first step we always doing is people are coming, we try to balance these 5 elements. And you can do it with acupuncture. I can do the acupuncture. I can do it with bioresonance device, You have to do the balance
It's
this.
tell me if I'm right about this, and I think everyone is kind of agreeing.
Yeah,
There's a big change in the way people are thinking about the world out there, and this is the big
yeah,
change.
yeah,
We were all taught this very Ahrimanic, materialistic view of the world. This
yes,
chair is really solid, and
yeah,
that wall's really there, and we're really made out of matter.
yeah,
But what we're finding out, and what is really coming to the surface now, is that
yeah.
we're actually all energy and vibration.
That's
True?
right. That's right.
Is that why? I mean,
That's
that's
right. That's right. And we forget it. So we're living in a materialistic world, and we think, oh, the only world is our physical body, and that's only partly true. The real truth is that we have a physical body, but we are energy.
yeah.
So we are inside energy. So this energy has many layers and many subtleties. And a part of our beautiful spiritual energy reflects in our health. Not all, everything, but the part, and that part that reflects on our health, that energy we can change. We can wash out the disharmony and the pathological vibration, and we make bigger and greater the harmonic vibration. So, and that's very important. And that was the discovery of bioresonance. You have to know bioresonance has been discovered on a very special way. I can tell you how. There was a guy.
Okay, hold that thought. I just
Yeah,
want to say everything you're saying fits into more like a simulation theory that we're living in a realm of energy and
yes,
vibration
absolutely.
more than everything's just solid matter, right?
Yeah,
I think quantum physics kind of threw the whole idea that it's all solid matter out the window, when the quantum
yeah,
physics conclusion that everything's almost all empty space anyway,
yeah.
right? And
That's
so
right.
anyway, I just want to put that in there. This stuff all makes a lot more sense when you understand the simulation theory that we're living in some kind of a hologram, an energy and vibration realm of some sort. Anyway, go
Yeah.
ahead. So tell us the story how this happened, this bioresonance
Yeah,
discovery.
I think this is very, very interesting because this devices has to be developed some way. So there was a colleague, I call him a very spiritual man, was really, his heart was good on the people. He was a high practitioner, he wanted to heal people, and he was really meditating on the fact, my God, I really want to help people, but I cannot do it with anything. I cannot do it enough with my acupuncture, with my verbals, with my homeopathics. It's not enough. And therefore, we really sent out a word to the universe, please give me some answers. And then he went in some dream, and he get a really beautiful vision. Some spiritual guide come to him and say, I give you the real the new way of how to heal people, and he later called by resonance. And then he got the whole total information. Say, oh, you have to resolve this information, and when you get awake from your vision, you will write down everything what we talk about. And when you write down, then you have the secret. So he was in a beautiful high state of consciousness, and then he coming back, and then he was writing down. So he writing more than 40, 50 papers from the download of the
Wow.
information he got. And we got he was so technical. He read it and said, "My God, this is so technical. I'm not technical." Well, but he was fortunate with a beautiful grandson. This grandson was a very technical person. Say maybe, hey, Rashi, can you read this? Because I don't know what I'm writing. So he said, okay, can you read this? Say, my God, he was real technical, huh? And he was trying to study, my God, it's real difficult, man. But I can try to make this. It is real difficult, but okay. So from his 40 pages, he write down, he made just the first bioresonance device. It was a device that was the secret of Atlantis, I think. And then this device could change the disharmonic form to the harmonic form. And there's still a secret into the device nobody knows.
Wow. Okay.
So
Interesting. There's something in there
there's
that,
something like Coca-Cola. There are
uh-huh.
three people in the world who knows the real formula.
Yeah.
And also the three people in the world to know how bioresonance works.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Wow.
the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
similar.
Well, yeah, I kind of also look at it like, we're a bioresonance machine, right? So somebody who's a very good healer,
yeah.
they're able to do what the machine does. True? Like help similar thing,
Similar.
right?
It's going to be your people really can harmonize their own vibration, come to a high vibration, and to be a channel of energies. That's similar. But this is I like this is more for all kind of people. So
Yeah.
you can use this for very materialistic. You can use it for very spiritual. You can use it for babies. You can use it for my oldest
Can use
baby.
it for pets.
My oldest baby is 99 years.
Wow.
So because I treat her every month. I have a kind of patients. They say, okay, you heal me from my diabetes and my rheumatics and my atherosclerosis and my fatigue. So, but now after a few months, what shall I do? So no, you can come for prevention and for rejuvenation every month. And they come every month. They come and they get older and they get fresh. And at 95, she was driving a horse and was swinging around like a girl from 30 or something like that. That's possible. Yes, we have a body that really. If you really clean up your body very swiftly, if you really treat your body so as it has to be, you can easily become 150 years.
Wow.
Easily.
Okay. Okay.
Easily. Can genetic seeing easily 150, 200 years.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm
Now,
sure about it because I really rejuvenate so much elderly people. So that and
you see it.
they see it. I see it happening.
Yeah.
Our passion together is that our passion is to refine the people to find this biological self. You
Yes.
can rid of this alchemical stuff. You don't need it. So if you're a patient and you have from your doctor get all kinds of medicines, try to talk with your doctor maybe to change it to more of the herbal ones.
Yeah.
There are more for most stuff the doctor want to give you are herbal
Or
combinations
homeopathics too.
or homeopathics to change this. And then therefore the problem is with pharmaceutical stuff is that you suppress the symptoms and you give something, but you also make something worse. And how more pills you used to taking, how more jabs you take, that's the more sick you become. But you don't, the symptoms will go, the pain will go, for example, or your insulin is very good. But there are also an after effect that something in the body is going to decay or go to diminish or to go. Therefore, try in your life as less as possible chemical stuff.
Yeah.
Only the stuff you really need that saved your life. I also, for me, I get some crisis. I'm very glad about antibiotics for some time, and then after I don't need it anymore, I go to herbals. So to switch when you possible can,
Yep. Switch it out.
switch it, talk with your doctor, and that you can switch.
Okay. So I have a few questions for you. One is, can you do bioresonance on pets, any animals,
Yes,
any
yes, I
animals?
did.
Okay.
For example, I have some colleagues, vets, the dogs, and they testing the dogs, and they treat this, and pain are gone.
Yeah.
Pain go away like nothing. Like also with humans, pain going away like
Basically can treat any living thing with this, right? Because
yeah,
it's bioresonance. We're in a realm of energy and vibration,
that's
and
right.
every creature's a locus or a center point of energy
Yeah,
and vibration. It's all affected.
yeah.
Okay, another question for you is, something had to have happened to you though, specifically you. Did you have a near-death experience? Did like
Yes, yes, it did.
Okay, so you
Yes,
did.
yes,
See,
yes, yes,
that
yes.
has to be there. I
Yeah,
always found
yeah,
that that's there. When somebody has, I've been around
yeah,
the block a few
yeah,
times. When somebody has been through something like
yeah,
creating this, and this is just a little bit of what's here. There's all kind. I've been through the whole place now.
yeah,
It's just incredibly epic. Usually, there's something that's gone on. So you had a
yeah.
near-death experience. What happened?
Yes, yes. When in 2014, I was already here in the practice, and I was doing stuff. And at one moment, directly, something hurt direct in my brain, some knife in my brain, something, and then I got an acute meningitis. Acute meningitis, bacterial meningitis is very acute bacterial
So
meningitis is really lethal. You die. You
yeah.
die
We
at
say, I
once.
think in English we usually say like meningitis. That's what it is, right?
Meningitis.
So
Yeah, yeah.
that's a bacteria gets
Yes,
into your nervous system
into
of your spine.
into nervous system, into the meningen,
Yeah.
into the brain. So I collapse. I collapse here. Just collapse here, and the how do you call it? The ziekenwagen. the ambulance was in time here, and when they were in the ambulance, he saw me, and I got direct antibiotics and in the ambulance already because I was going to die. So I was going. In that moment, my physical body is going to die. My spirit shoot out as like a rocket out of my body and went to in the other world. So, and that process is what I learned in the other worlds. My later on when I come back three days later, I could remember everything. So my wife, we write everything what I experienced in the other worlds. But if we in other kind of consciousness, if you see, you have a big overview over everything, and therefore I really saw that my purpose of life should be continuing bringing this kind of healing, new form of healing into this world. So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So and therefore, nothing happens by occasionally. Yeah, in our lives, nothing happens just like that. It happens because of something had to be created or something. For me, I created this. So I wanted to create a clinic that is so powerful that we can heal most 80%, I think 89% we can heal, or we can make better, or we can stop the worsening of many chronic diseases.
How long did it take you to recover from that bacterial meningitis episode?
I was 3 days dead, nearly dead. So I was in the hospital, and I was in coma or something, and then I came back. We came back into my body, and I was just laughing because the last world I was in was a beautiful, joking spiritual world. So I came back. I was laughing and they came back, but my body was
In bad shape.
total bad shape. After the 3 days, I found out how to heal. I really still find the connection with my guides, my guidance angels or something, and they tell me what to do. So I was just lying down in bed, couldn't move anything because everything was paralyzed. And later on, so okay, now you had to go to do life force exercise. So and I had to go to. I cannot walk, and it's very bad. But I can walk to the garden and can absorb with my chakras, the life energy. It was feeding to a tree, and I tried to connect with the tree, and I tried to absorb this energy. So that's how I start.
Yeah. And then what
But
it
on
took you a month, 2 months, 3 months?
no, it was very fast because I get direct information what to do.
Yeah.
So, for example, the first when I was in the hospital, they said you had to really eat your nerve restoring herbs. I make a herbal formula for brain restoring, and it's a secret formula from all kinds of herbs from all kinds of the world, from the Amazon, from the Himalayas, and from India. I collect these herbs. I make a beautiful herbal for repairing the brain. There was a,
That was your go-to.
that's really it makes me possible to go and to work already. And after 1 week was in the hospital, I could already walk. It was a miracle. I couldn't walk anymore because
Wow.
it was more than the half of the brain was total damaged. Eh? It was total no function anymore. So it was nearly half, I thought. And but I already I was really trying to train, etc. And after 1 week, I already could move a little bit and could get out of the apartment of neurology in Utrecht. So I could get out and try to work and to train and to try to to absorb the energies and to really train the body.
You're reminding me of a great phrase, but it's a quote by Rudolf Steiner that
Yeah.
whatever the disease or condition, there is an herb in the world that is its cure.
Absolutely. And I'm sure about this. When there's a disease, there's also a healing. I'm so now, after 40 years of research,
Yeah.
40 years,
Yeah, it's a long time.
and seeing 10 to 15 patients every day, any disease, any disease. Now I know 80 to 90% is possible to heal.
Wow.
8 to 9. So if you do the right protocols,
Let's
if
talk
you
about
do
let's
it,
talk about your
yeah,
protocols.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, you because okay, so Roger has set up I think it's 9 protocols in your system. Do you want to go through them?
Nine steps. Let's go
Nine
through
steps.
them.
Okay.
Because I think many physicians and many therapists had to know this. if we have this information,
Yeah,
if I
right.
got this
This is
information,
foundational.
it's foundational. So if I had this knowledge 40 years ago, my God, I could heal so much more, many more people. But now I had 40 years to develop this schedule.
Okay.
So the first step, if you want to go to the 9-step model, we call it the self-healing capacity. And maybe I can show you a little scale. It's just thinking about if I have made a self-healing
Okay.
capacity scale.
Okay, so I'll show this, but we'll get this up on the screen for you guys.
Yeah.
And you can see the self-healing capacity
Yeah.
scale there.
Self-healing capacity of the person, 100% is your total vital, and the body can react on every bug or every toxins. You can heal very good. You feel vibrant, and 0, you're dead. If 75%, you have fatigue, five symptoms, you're not so good anymore. 50% working of your self-healing capacity. You have chronic you staying symptoms, and after 30, if the self-heal capacity is only working 30%, you have really strong disease. Yeah, and after 20%, you're laying in the bed, you cannot do anything anymore.
Yeah.
So this is just a graduality how it works, huh? For just the mind. And when we doing research, we do in the preclinic phase. This when we do research in our devices, we try to figure out. We are in the preclinic phase. We're not in a stage of any disease yet, but we try to have information about the body in this area. If you come into a practice and you have already a strong disease, also possible, then you have to go a longer way to heal, because you had to, from 30% capacity, you had to go to 100%.
Yeah.
The way is longer. You had to go to difficult phases.
So step one is understanding that self-healing capacity scale.
Yes.
Understanding where you are.
Where you are.
Yeah.
Whether you're on 20% or you're 30%, etc. So
Okay.
This gives you an idea how long the way is to
To
recover.
health. Okay, got it. Okay, so
to recover.
is that then we go to number 2? What's number 2?
Yeah, yes. Okay, the first thing what's very important for us to do, we do anytime, every session we do, we start with 2 things. Rebalancing your 5 elements and make stronger the working of your mitochondria.
Okay.
The mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cell. So every cell has 150 powerhouses. And when people are going to people in disease or people have chronic diseases, the powerhouses are diminished, the workings are diminished. So the first step is always to pep up your mitochondria. When we do that in most the first 5 minutes in the session, then we go into the biochemistry. So the second step, the biochemistry in our way is the capacity of the body to absorb and to distribute the vitamins, the minerals, the trace minerals, the phytonutrients, the amino acids you eat.
Yep.
That capacity, when you're healthy, to resorb and to do this biochemistry substance, is very good. But if you're a chronic disease, there are big problems of resorbing you zinc and you magnesium, you lithium, etc. So that's what we're repairing in the second step.
Okay, that's in the second step.
Yeah.
So the second step, we start taking action.
It is giving back the ability to the body to use the minerals, trace minerals, and the phytonutrients again on a good way, because this magnesium had to come to your heart. The resorbers you had also bring it to the right tissues.
Yeah.
And that possibility we do it in the second step.
Okay.
The third step is to improve your repairing mechanisms. The repairing mechanisms we call peptides. The peptides. The peptides in our body we use for our repairing problems. If the body have millions of biochemical reactions, 10% of the reactions are not going so good. There are errors in it, and we have a repairing team in the body to repair the errors and repair the things going wrong.
That's number 3. Now, when you say peptides, everyone thinks about all the amazing injectable peptides you can get these days.
Yeah.
And it's basically that, right?
Yes.
I kind of look at the peptides, they're like codes.
Yes,
right?
yes,
They're
right.
energetic or they're vibrational signature codes.
Yes,
Because they're almost homeopathic.
No, it's not. And peptides is a real biochemical stuff. They are two or three amino acids
Yep.
together with NH3 and a CH3 group behind it.
Yep.
And the peptides are very important. And I always measure in what kind of peptides are not good. And the weakness in the peptides, I give bioresonance to it. I say to the body, that peptides you have to make better. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
always you look to the weakness and you try to improve the weakness.
Yeah, so you can also, so what you're saying, let me see if I understand what you're saying. You're saying through the bioresonance machine, you can stimulate the body to produce better quality peptides.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So
there you
you
go.
don't need to pay hundred thousands of injections
Right, right.
because if you say, okay, you need 20 sort of peptides,
Yeah.
every peptide is 40 till $50. So if you inject yourself with 20 peptides every day, you have to pay yourself, it means $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
That means you have to pay at least $30,000 for injections. Bioresonance is free.
It's free, right? Yeah, yeah.
So in bioresonance, you only have to buy it once, and you have to peptides and bioresonance. So it gives you so less money. So paper expensive treatments you can do easily with bioresonance.
Okay, so now we're on step 4.
Yes, it is immunity.
Okay.
Because all chronic diseases have immune deficiencies.
Okay.
All. So that means we have to find out where in your immune system the something is going weak.
Okay.
Is it in the macrophages? Is it in the how you call it the NK cells? Is it in the cytotoxic T cells? Is it in the lymphocytes? Is it maybe you
What about, is it
produce?
in the spleen? You can determine all that stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. The organs also there,
Yeah.
but for us it's very important. Where is the weakness?
Yes,
So
you're looking at specific cells even. Like
yes,
these types of cells
yes,
seem to be weak based on
weakness.
bioresonance.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
And that we can improve.
Okay.
If you know the improvement, you know the immune system is in that part is not so good anymore. Then you can by bioresonance you improve it. You improve the weakness. So that's what you do. And also to balance the immune system because you often see autoimmune and allergy reactions. That means that a part of the immune system is overreacting because of the deficiency in the other parts. So you had to balance the
Bounce
immune
that
system
out.
out.
Just as a point of like how this all works. So I came in here and we did a reading, and so we were working on my kidneys, right?
Yes.
And so this was one of this input output machines. So that it's outputting into me the kidney frequencies. And I
Yes.
think we put some herbs in there, and I can't remember exactly what
Yeah.
we did, but so I went to the bathroom and I urinated 3 times separately. That was so weird. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's never
You
happened.
have in bioresonance you have direct reaction. Direct.
Yeah, direct.
Yes. For example, when I'm doing here the last part of this number 9, I tell you about detoxification, then you feel people really going warm, getting shivering, they're getting all kinds of griefs is coming out. Also, the detoxification is all to get rid of all griefs and all karmic stuff, you know. So
Yes, yes.
that's all coming out.
It
So
all comes out,
yeah,
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 because
and
it's
that's
all
very,
related.
yes, yes,
That's
all.
this is something that the new people, they're like, you mean the physical toxin is related to the toxic emotion?
Yes, also, yes. And we talk about it because the fifth step is
Yeah.
more neurological. So
Okay.
the fifth step of self-healing is the connection to the brain and the body. So we have a beautiful system. If something going wrong in the body, it gives a signal to our computer, the
Yep.
brain. Hey, hey, there's something wrong. Going in for example, some inflammation over here. The signals going to the brain, and brain say, okay, my God, there is inflammation in the stomach. So we have to do something about this. And when you're okay and when you're healthy, the brain gives a real good signal to your stomach. Hey, listen, we have to go to send some T cells to your stomach to heal the inflammation. Yeah, that's normal good. You see in patients with chronic diseases that the feedback system don't work anymore.
Okay, interesting.
So,
Okay.
the
There's no,
brain
the brain's
cannot
not communicating.
the good response to the signals of the body is not good anymore, and we call it in our profession the catalyst.
Hmm.
The catalyst is a part of the brain that has to be activated to heal, to give the signal to the body to go to start the healing on one way. For example, if we say you have the problem in your spleen RES catalyst, that means that the part of the brain that really activates the immune system to get rid of your inflammation somewhere in your life, that is a part of the brain we call spleen, spleen catalyst, spleen areas catalyst. For example, you have liver cancer or something into your liver, then the signals going to the brain, hey, you had to get rid of these tumors. The part of the brain sends information to the immune system
Yep.
to get rid of these tumors. Yeah, and that part of the brain we call liver catalyst. Yeah, that's how we call it.
Okay, so this is number 5, right?
This is
And
number five.
we're improving that mind to body connection.
Yes.
Give us an example of what you would do for that. What's a treatment for that you do?
Okay, for example, you come for me for polyarthritis. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I see many remedies here.
Okay.
If you continue to do this, I go to these phases
Okay.
already. But then I has to find out how is your brain working, how is your signal of the brain working. So I do a test of which part of the brain don't giving the right responses anymore.
Okay, so you're using bioresonance.
You're using bioresonance to improve the brain function, to give the right signals to the brain to go to remove this cancer,
Okay,
to
yeah.
remove this. The second part of
Interesting.
the 5 is very important. I call the pituitary hypothalamic block.
Okay.
This because this now is the last 5 years I see it so much. That means that the real part, inner part of our brain, that we call it the pituitary of the hypophyse in Dutch, the hypothalamus, is a combination. And see, that combination is the real heart of the computer of the body to send signals to the body, to our hormone, to our glands, to give the right stuff. That block, that means it's blocked, it doesn't function anymore, not function appropriately anymore. You have to deblock that. Some people in our field call it calcification, because it is so blocked and stuck that
it's calcified.
It's real calcified. So what we do is we improve. I made a special. We made a special treatment to deblock this hypothalamus, pituitary hypothalamus blockage, and we do it with all. I get through. I write it down how to do it. So then on this moment, I realize how to do it.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm here a little bit mimic, so I can write down something what
So some of that happens spontaneously where you realize, like, let me try this strategy, herbal strategy, for example, or something.
Yeah. So sometimes you try, but sometimes you really get through it. You really get, because information is anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you tune in the big realm of total light and information, you can send a message to it for, I need this information. So you can, if we connect again with our divine self, we learn how to get the information you need. Sometimes and this kind of meditative state, it happens to me. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
So this deblock of hypothalamus is very important. And when I did that, because this pituitary hypothalamic blockage, it's coming by 5G. It's coming by vaccination intoxication. It's coming by strong pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Met name antidepressant and antipsychotic pharmaceutical stuff really blocked your self-healing potential. That's very brilliant. But also by the young people taking party drugs. Party drugs are very bad for, it really can block your self-healing potential from your pituitary. So that stuff, that's good to know, that there's many factors can block this pituitary working.
Yep.
I call it level 5. This is for me is one kind of treatment. If you're going to 6, 6, for example, that I call the possibility of oxygen. So the body needs oxygen to heal and to process. and I do it in one kind of treatment. I do to heal this oxygen potential and to heal the vitality potential is for me one kind of treatment. For example, the oxygen is in our body is removed by erythrocytes, by red blood cells.
Okay.
The red blood cells,
Erythrocytes. I got that. Okay,
erythrocytes,
there it is.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I take you one blood cell, I put it into the device, I send the information to the body to heal the potential of your erythrocytes. So I can put it on a way so that I give the information to the body to bait better quality erythrocytes because erythrocytes had to take the oxygen
Right.
and bring the oxygen to the body. And the capacity for the body to do that is also with chronic diseases decaying,
Yeah,
diminishing,
got it.
can
Okay.
less, and we had to improve it. So we improve in that way the way the body heals the oxygen capacity of the erythrocytes.
Okay.
And people feel fresh again. So if you do it already, when you do it, hey, I can fresh, I feel more fresh because the body get more oxygen.
That makes
That's very
sense.
important. And so also with vitality, we have 3 vitality devices into our practice. It's very important to do. So if you come to a practice, you have to be here for at least 3-4 hours. So you go from device to device to device, and every device doing something else. And we
I
treat
highly
device
recommend this, by the way, everybody, is you want to go from device to device to device.
like a sports school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yes, like
it's
that.
like
So
just like a gym.
like
That's
gym, yes.
no, okay.
So
So that was 6 is about the
yeah, so
oxygenation
vitality.
and
That means
vitality.
also,
Okay.
for example, for me, it's very important to. I give people qigong exercise.
Okay.
Qigong is the real knowledge of the East of to how to heal. The yoga is the strategy also to heal. So and we give also some breathing pranayama exercise to do. For example, when I see number 6 is very important, please also go to the tree and try to connect with the tree and energy of the nature.
So
So
when somebody comes in and you're looking at your system with 1 through 9,
yeah.
the steps, how many steps can you get through in a single treatment?
Um, that's depending. I try because I go to the steps. I tried in the first treatment. I always try to go to 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay. Okay.
at
Okay.
least, because I know how important it is to come with step 9. I'm going to read to step 9. Since step 9 is for me the most important. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Okay.
So now we now
At 7.
7. The balance between in the nervous system, in your autonomic nervous system, you have a balance between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
Yeah, that means if you go on stress, you have to do something. You go in the sympathetic system, the stress, and if you have done the thing, you can rest, relax,
And you become
you go in the
parasympathetic.
parasympathetic.
Okay.
And that balance between parasympathetic and sympathetic system is very important in normal life. Because if you have done something, you have worked every day very hard, you have to relax in the evening and to lay down in the night to relax, to give the body the opportunity to relax. That possibility to go that you need to go in the parasympathetic system for self-healing. The body can only heal himself when you're at the parasympathetic stage. But nowadays, the people are so fucked up and so stressed on anyway that the stress is all staying in the body. The people have no possibility anymore to de-stress, to relax, to go on vacation. That's because the stress is all staying in the body, and that stress is the impossibility. It blocks the self-healing possibility. And if you stay in this stage for more than 3, 4, 5 years, you never go really good to the parasympathetic, then you really had the basis
Mm.
of going to a chronic disease, to cancer, to rheumatic disease, anything.
Yeah.
So you really had to find that attunement to that two parts of your your autonomic nervous system. So you see in the stress, you see 3 kinds of stress. You have normal day stress, there's financial stress, social
Yeah.
stress. You have psychological stress, that is stress coming from your childhood and from your childhood time, the old
Replaying
traumas,
old traumas.
the problems in your use and you abuse, traumatic exercise. You
Yeah.
also put it in your body somewhere
Y-
this kind of stress.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. That's it.
Yeah, and the first time set the most deep is the karmic stress you got from your last life. You're a spiritual person. You have had many lives before, and you will have many lives after this life. So you have some kind of luggage from your last life you keep with you, and you and especially all traumas, really strong traumas, you can bury with you without you knowing it, and give you fears and give you strange, depressed feelings, etc. And that's also kind of stresses into your body because you are incarnated in this body. So
This
this in you. So that's all three kinds of stress. We do attunement to it. That means that we give attunement to psychological stress to release. We give attunement to karmic and spiritual stress to release. That you feel if you really from your last life you take some anxiety, some fears, I give you the attunement to go to your last life experiences. You feel the fear coming on, and I only say just feel. I don't do therapy about it like regression therapy or something, but only feel the fear. You feel the grief, and you feel the hurt, and that's only what you feel, and just feel it till it goes away. Dus when we do bioresonance on releasing karmic stuff, we only do it on an energetic way, not in a psychological way. Then you go to a doc to some regression therapist or
right. Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't do that. But I want to release the tension in the body from it. That's what I do.
Okay.
That's that's step number 7.
Yes.
8 is very important too. That's diet.
Okay.
That means how we eat. Yeah. Now, how we eat on the Western way is the most rubbish eat we ever had in mankind. You better don't say
No,
food
you,
store. You
you,
can
you,
better say rubbish to go to the mouth, to the stomach store.
you're
So
dealing with normal people coming in here all the time,
yes, yes.
right? How bad it
Because
is.
how bad it is. Because all the processed food is very toxic for our body.
Yeah.
All the refined grains is toxic for the body. All the excess meat and animal is always on some way toxic of the body. So if you, the only food is really good for self-healing is vegetables, fruit, nuts, seeds. That's all. Dus what I'm trying to convince the people to go to a diet that more direction good food is, and slowly
Move the other stuff
move
out.
out the 80% you see in the food store. Yeah.
Well,
So
you
if you
see
go,
lines out the door for Ozempic,
huh?
but you see lines out the door for Ozempic, which is
Unbelievable.
crazy. I mean, just the amount of
Amazing.
money and technology that's going into that versus what is going on here. It's just crazy. I mean, it's upside down clown
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to drag people to eat raw fruits and vegetables
We
away
had to
from the
convince them
Ozempic
that's very
line.
important. It is not my opinion. It's opinion of 30 years scientific
Yeah,
research.
yeah, yeah.
13
That's right.
year
Yep.
scientific
Even more.
epidemiological research.
Yep.
Research all over the world. What is good and what's healthy and not healthy. And it is very clear that vegetarians are living better, that it is very clear they're living healthier, blah blah blah. And meat and all food products give problems to the body, so you don't eat too much. It's only one or two exemptions for this.
Yeah.
And the people are so sick and so tired,
They
they
can't
had
eat.
to eat a little bit. So that we call spleen rest deficiency. Yes,
Okay.
spleen-friendly diet.
friends and
Spleen.
diet.
We give to people who are very, very
Okay.
sick.
Very
Very
ill.
sick, very ill.
Yeah.
Different food supply there.
Yeah.
Okay, spleen friendly diet. That sounds like what we talk about in Chinese medicine. Like, like for example, one of the herbs that's recommended is poria, which is one of my favorite medicinal mushrooms. That's a
Yeah.
spleen friendly
Free blood.
herb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
So we have special herbal combination also for this.
For this. Okay. Yeah.
And what's also good to know, when people are here and you come for session number 8
Yeah.
and you say I'm still not good, then I do a food allergy test,
Okay.
food intolerance test, because then I know, I'm sure about that, because you after 8 sessions you really had to be better, less pain, more vital, more joyful, more energetic. If not, then I do a food intolerance test.
Ah.
And that is very personal. That can be, for example, for me, tomatoes are very good, but for your body, it can be very bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's very
so,
individual.
it's very individual. So I do the very roughly this test to know which food are good and bad. It's good to see that.
To see what the food allergies are. By the way, for the record,
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 35 years.
Please stay.
Thank you. I mean, it's, if somebody paid me 5 Bitcoin to eat a steak, well, I could do a lot of good with that 5 Bitcoin. I don't know what would happen to my body because I haven't eaten anything like that my entire life, basically.
Very good, please stay.
But my cousin Shervin does, throw that at me occasionally. He was like, I'll pay you 5 Bitcoin to eat a steak. But if I'm going to do that, it's going to be a big media fanfare because I don't know what would happen to my body. My God, can you imagine not having anything like that?
Your body will react like poison.
It'll react like poison.
Because the body is kind of used to it, and so the body get accustomed to the way you eat.
To the way you eat, yes.
So for me,
well, that brings up an important point. Is it smart to then quickly shift the person's diet around?
No, we do it step by step.
Step by step.
But only when you have cancer. When you have cancer, you direct.
You have to change.
Have no time anymore to fuck off.
Yeah.
Really, when a cancer patient you really had to stop eating meat now.
And
stop eating sugar. You had to stop refined food. And now, on this moment, because it's the dangers. When I get people from cancer, they already have the regular way. They have chemotherapy, they have the immune therapy, they have radiation, and then you come back. Okay, Roger can be there for the last 3 weeks. Then if you want to have opportunity, okay, I only do it with you if you do what you say. You had to readjust your diet. You decide to start fasting. Fasting is very, very, very important. Also, we do fasting.
Did you hear that, everybody? Did you hear that?
We do fasting. Also, just starting for 1 day. Also 1 day's fasting can be, for me, make my bioresonance better. Because in fasting, you give the body, you come to a stillstand of your digestion, and the body
clears the signals.
You have the possibility to clean up something what cannot do before. So in fasting, you give the body the possibility. Every day you fast more. Every day you do. The body has more possibilities to do and cleaning and repairing more stuff that he didn't do before. So. But I know when people, they don't fast any time in life, so they try to do it again, they do it for the first time, just start for 1 day and look how they react. And then they go to 2 days, and then for 3 days, and then after, for example, for I really heal cancer patients, but they do 3 weeks fasting. 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. There's changes that happen on certain days, right? Like day 5, and then day 8, and day 9, and day 15.
But I see if in the 3 weeks they're coming to here to practice, to detoxify, the body reacts with the detoxification better, much better if you're eating. So
if you're eating,
if you're eating, surely it works. But if you fasting,
it works better.
It works much better because the information going direct through.
I'm just going to take a little side on that. I'm telling you, everybody, I do this a lot. You fast for a long period of time, say a week or 8 days or 9 days. Then you go do your treatments. Then you get your massage. Then you, whatever it is you're doing, and it works so much better. It goes so much deeper, and it feels so much better. And it's really a relief too, because when you're fasting, you're going through privations, right? You're like, oh God, I can't eat that. Okay, I'm not going to eat this. Okay, but you're kind of suffering in a way. But at the same time,
the first 3 days.
The first 3 days,
because I do fasting so often, and so now I do easily for my next step is 4 weeks. I did 3 weeks before, and in May, and now in December I will do 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay.
So I continuing doing it till 40 days. Yes.
Yep.
Because you have to know the body has food in the body hidden for more than 40 days. So in 40 days, you don't come in starvation. People think, oh, I don't eat I starve away my muscles. No, after 40 days, you have reserve for more than 40 days in food in your body, so you don't come in starvation after 40 days.
More and more people are becoming aware that you have way more food reserves than you think. You have way more water reserves than you think. There's been a big surge in fasting and dry fasting as people are starting to find out. There's a big surge right now. It's happening. I mean, everybody talks to me about it pretty much every day. They don't even know I'm fasting, and they're
Yeah,
like, what do you think of dry fasting? It's crazy. Which, by
dry
the way, I think
fasting is
I,
crazy.
I like dry fasting a lot, but you got to have some experience with fasting. You can't just jump to like your normal diet and then
Yeah,
suddenly change your diet and then go, okay, now I'm going to dry fast. You got to have some, it's like, you can't suddenly jump into professional football or something. You have to work your way
yeah, yeah,
up.
yeah. For fasting in our way is only water.
Water, yeah.
Only water,
Water, yeah.
only water.
Okay.
No vitamins, no herbals also, no no fruit juices, no only water. Because if you do a little bit of carbohydrates,
It changed it, yeah.
the body has not present much.
It's a very important point, especially that.
If you take a little bit of fruit juice,
Yep.
it stops.
100%.
Yeah,
In fact, people know, if you've done a cleanse with me, and I'd recommend that you do a cleanse with me. One of the things that happens is somebody's in pain, they're suffering, they can't believe how difficult it is. They're on their second and a half day of water fasting.
yeah,
As soon as they have any coconut water, any fruit juice, any sugar,
yeah.
it
Stops. It
stops
stops.
like that.
Yeah,
Like all the suffering, everything's all
direct.
gone.
Yeah.
So that just shows you that when you get your blood sugar low, that's where deep healing is happening. Just wanted to point that out. It's something we go over in our cleanses all the time, but it is really a thing. It's like you could be in the most intense suffering, have a little bit of coconut water, it's completely over.
Yeah,
Stops.
that's it. So the aspect of fasting is also you come in a ketogenic stage,
Yeah.
and that stage of ketogenic state is very important. You come to, for example, women are coming to after 2 days of fasting, men after 3 days of fasting. The ketogenic state is important because in the ketogenic stage, because you don't burn sugar anymore, but you burn
You burn your
ketones,
own ketones, glycogen.
your glycogen, etc. And then the body has the possibility to really recover your immunity, to really recover your lining of your intestines. The body has really the possibility to restore brain problems. I saw really people with Alzheimer's, etc. After the 5 days fasting, they could think anymore. They come back after 5 day fasting.
Wow.
So the Alzheimer is gone afterwards. So it is you do amazing stuff, and especially if you do in the fasting, you come to bioresonance. The bioresonance works marvelous and more strong. And then we come to point 9, and that's the
Okay.
most important point.
Okay. Most
And that
important.
is
Here it is.
strong detoxification.
Okay. Look at that.
And
Look at
strong detoxification. I call it twice, 3 times, because we can, by the bioresonance, we can detoxify on a level not any methods can. And don't know any methods, we can detoxify your body so swiftly than bioresonance. That means this, I made my own detoxification program I call the wash. The wash. I call the liver wash. I start with liver. So then we do the wash. We go to many levels of toxins. We getting the toxins out, and we do it step by step. And I always do when I do the wash. Then I always ask to the client, please tell me what you feel. Dus I do the wash, and it's starting with three. It's always starting with certain steps. The first step is always for me fairly to wash out your 5G, your 4G, your electrosmog, your phone stuff coming into as vibration into the body. I wash out that. The second the
How do you do that? What's the
I do it with
bioresonance?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but this is important. I just want to bring it up this point because everybody's always asking me, Roger, should I get the heavy metals out first, or the parasites, or all whatever?
Yeah,
But
but we had to do this with some kind of sequence.
in a sequence,
Yes,
right? So
because you had to do to wash out
so
smoke.
so the electrosmogs first. Okay, so we're gonna go through that sequence. Okay, keep going to what second
We're going through
sequence?
the sequence. The second is all kinds of radiation.
Okay.
It means the radiation, the röntgen you get from your dentist, the röntgen you get from the adjustable visits. After Chernobyl is a layer of density of all kinds of radiation in plutonium, etc. in somewhere. So this stuff you get out, and the third part is we get out the strong heavy metals. The most heavy metals come from chemtrails. We washing them out.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's for me
So
the one treatment.
electrosmog, radiation,
Smart
then heavy metals.
and then strong heavy metals. That's the first step I do.
Yep.
And I do it simultaneously.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
and then I ask the body, please tell me what you feel. And some people are really shake when your burden of for example 5G is very strong. Some people are very sensitive to 5G.
Yep.
Not everybody, but some people are. And you wash away the 5G, then it deblocks the 5G blockage. Just you go away, and then people feel, I see people shivering and crying and screaming because the 5G is gone. All 5G is gone, and not 5G or 4G and GG. So when 25 years ago they start with the Gs, 2Gs, 4Gs, and it's all accumulate in the body, and it's become one of the burdens chronic disease can develop.
Yep. Okay.
The second is the radiation. The hidden radiation is everywhere: plutonium, cesium, all kinds of radiation,
Uranium, radioactive iodine, etc. Okay.
It's anywhere.
Okay.
So, and we're washing it out. Some people are reacting on that.
Okay. Yeah.
The same kind of reaction because the radiation is coming out of the body, burning it to shake, or they come to cry, or something.
This
And sometimes the third, the chemtrail intoxication.
yeah.
This is also.
What are you seeing? What do you see? You see like mercury, arsenic, strontium, barium,
Everything.
all of them.
All of them. So we are a generation of amalgam, of mercury intoxication from our use and our teeth.
Right. Right.
So 3 generations have been poisoned by mercury fillings.
Yep.
And they are sick and becoming sick by it.
Yep.
Nowadays, and DDT is the same. So we are a generation, DDT was very impregnated. Nowadays, it is glyphosate.
Okay. Yeah.
Glyphosate is very bad, and then it's still not forbidden. It's still, they use it anywhere as insecticide. It is in our body, and it is real disturbed the neurological features.
So glyphosate, also atrazine, right? Atrazine is a gender bender chemical. That must be off the scale as well.
Yeah.
And so that I would say that probably more what you see, probably see a lot of aluminum.
Yeah.
Right. From the chemtrails. And
yeah.
What else? What are some of the
barium,
other
barium also. So they all in my treatment. So I do it in one treatment. If I see people reacting on this first 3 very roughly, then I stop.
Okay.
Because the body had to process it.
So this is important, everybody, is like you got to go at your own pace. You also have to communicate with you, right?
Yes.
You have to communicate with the practitioner, make sure that it's appropriate for you and that you can handle it.
Yeah.
Because it can be intense.
So therefore, I detoxification always to strengthening the liver, always strengthening the kidneys.
Yeah.
Always strengthening.
Especially in this part, the 9, right, which is the detox.
Yes, I was really searching for the balance.
Yeah.
For balance, how much you can bear, and how much you can bear, and how much the body can digest, and how much you personal are what kind of personality you are. If you're a little anxious woman and I see strong reactions, the first step from removing the electrosmog, then I stop. Then I stop, because I know if we're going further, she don't come back anymore.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh my God, this guy make me already sick, you know." But you had to understand that it's a real detoxification process. You have to understand that if you're feeling worse after treatment, it's a good sign. It's a sign that the body is going to repair something, do something. What you told about the fasting, exactly the same. If you stop the fasting, okay, you have no symptoms anymore, but you have also no eating anymore. So that's what you choose.
So we're at the point of heavy metals. I'm guessing the next step is probably parasites.
Yes. For example, the next, so you have to know the heavy metals for me are so important. I do it. Step 3 and 4 is also heavy metals.
Okay.
It's all kinds different heavy metals.
Okay.
Because I saw in many diseases the heavy metal burden is so strong, so I had to in more phases.
You had to break it up into 2 parts. So, that's how crazy it is. That's how crazy our world is.
Yeah, okay, that's the word it is. So then I go to parasites.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, every chronic disease is also related to parasites.
Okay, yeah.
Cancer.
And do you think it's both? Do you think that the person is diseased, so they parasites set up shop, plus the parasites are causing the problem. It's both. Yeah.
Both. You see, for example, I saw with many kinds of cancer. I see, for example, nematode, vasculopsis, etc. I see for cancer many ascaris and trichomonas. They are the three main groups of many cancers.
Yeah.
But no, four groups. You have also blood parasites. You have a kind of cancers. They are for blood parasites like malaria, like babesia, like leishmania, this and like syphilis. They are blood parasites, and I always see blood parasites. This kind of degenerative diseases. For and so the blood you really have the first wash I do is total parasite wash. I don't.
You don't get specific.
No, they do later.
Okay.
So parasites, fungi, and that fungi, bacterium, and viruses, they all do together. And I watch how you react. If I do parasites in your body and see that you get stomach pain, or you get shivering, or you get pain in your knees, or you get headache or something, then I know parasites is a big issue for you.
Yeah, and then with parasites, you're also thinking about mycotoxins too, right? Like
Mycotoxins,
mold.
It's second. It's fungi.
Okay,
So
it's fungi. Yeah.
fungi. So this is number 6, and do fungi. If you react on fungi, there are mycotoxins, there are the mycosis, maybe some fungi are active. So then I look how you react.
This is important because people are looking for very specific recommendations as to what to do for mold toxicity, but you know how everyone is very different, has a very different history, and the way that we react to mycotoxins and mold and fungi is different. So with bioresonance, it's very specific to you, right? I mean, it's specific to you kind of medicine. This is the kind of the answer if you're really concerned about like, well, I'm different than that person, or I react to this or that. This is the type of strategy for you.
Yeah, that's correct. So we're still in the big wash, and I do the big wash in more, not at once. I do the big wash in 4, 5, 6 treatments.
Treatments, okay.
So and going slowly, continuing.
Do people see you every week, or they come in every day?
Every week.
Every week. Okay, yeah.
Because if you give treatment, your body has to have a week to process all
what's
that
going on.
information. So the body has to really find a way. Sometimes I do 2 times a week when we're really in a hurry. When we really, for example, if for some kind of cancers, you're really in a hurry because the cancer is growing or the body is going to heal it. Yes or no? Yes, then I go ask people some 2 or 3 times a week, come back. Then we go on a special program to go as fast as possible through this clinical process. Okay, so after that, I'm going to, I'm looking for special food allergy, toxins, metabolic waste products I always test. That are the other levels to detoxify. And then I go to very strong vaccine intoxination.
Okay.
People are misled by the information that vaccines are healthy or safe. They are not healthy, they're very unsafe, and they have problems on the long run. Not direct. They give direct immune response. Okay, you like that, but after 10 years or 15 years, 20, 50 years already, it can have a really bad response. I see some cancers, really, the cancer is growing because of the vaccines on 50 years ago.
Yeah, yep.
50 years ago.
That's what they say, because what I tell people is like these things contain cancer spores.
Yes.
Right. So later on, it can trigger off a cancer. And we know that's true with the SV40 virus. That's a fact. That's been proven.
And because nowadays there's new research, big epidemiological research has been done, and it just come up, and they found out people with vaccinations and people without vaccinations have exact the same style of living. And they did research on them. The people without vaccinations, they don't have neither 1/10 of the diabetes, 1/10 of the heart attacks, 1/10 of all kinds of cancers, 1/10 of all kind of autoimmune system.
Yeah.
So we prove scientifically that
really, this is real.
That's real.
It's
not something.
problem,
Not something
that somebody made up.
It is not made up. It's scientific proven that really every vaccination makes you more ill.
Okay, so
So what we do is we depollute it. We make the worsening of your system by the vaccinations. We restore it. We make it clean.
you throw
We
the
throw
anti-frequencies in,
anti-frequencies to the body
or the
gets,
out-of-phase
and
frequencies.
it really helps the immune system, because you see after, if you wash away the vaccine toxins,
Yeah.
the vaccines damage, you wash away the body can repair his DNA again, can repair the immune dysfunction again, etc. So it's real something.
Yeah.
So if we go to this kind of layer of toxins, it real is important.
How long do you spend with a patient when they come in? Do you spend an hour with them? 2 hours?
Depends. Then I myself,
Yeah.
no, two quarters of an hour, 2 quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe 1 hour when it's really important to if go to and then I take 1 hour.
Okay. What your daughter Selena, she's
Yeah,
off the screen. She says 3.5 hour treatment basically when they come in.
Right. I write before you come. I write already a note for my assistants what the assistant had to do behind me.
Yeah. Okay.
I say that and this and this I want to happen. This kind of frequencies, this kind of immune therapy, this kind of vibration. What also people are very heavy reacting is on medicine residues.
Uh-huh.
For example,
Yep.
if you're 16, you're a girl, you get the pill. That means you get artificial hormones. You use the pill for 1 year, and you're 50, and you get some problems from your hormones. Then when I do to get rid of the pill you used 35 years ago,
Yeah.
it's still residues in the brain.
Wow.
For example, I see many people have antipsychotic, antidepressants in their in the system.
So antipsychotics, antidepressants, SSRIs, they leave debris.
They leave debris. There's still residues in the brain of anywhere in the body. Even if you don't take it, you get it from the water. The drinking water in New York is polluted.
Yeah.
With cocaine, with all kinds of medicine people use. They don't get rid of it. You drink it, so you get it anyway.
Wow.
If you try to live in a healthy life, you get it anyway by your water.
I hope everybody out there, you are never drinking tap water ever. Please, God help you if you do. Anyway, so just so everybody knows, and just kind of a recap, we're at Ars Biomedica.
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Ars Biomedica. And this is, let me see if I can get this. Rogier Zwijsen.
But in the process, I'm cleaning and doing the steps, you slowly go up in the self-healing capacity.
What would you say in time? Let's say somebody's way down here and they come in here and they start they start turning their life around.
Yeah.
To get back to 100%,
Yeah.
6 months? 3 months?
That's very different. That's very different.
Yeah, you see different.
I got people really here. They were they easily cannot walk anymore because they're so sick and so ill, and nobody can do it, and no doctor can heal them, and I'm the last hope. I see them. This path can be very harsh.
Yeah.
Because going from 10% actualization of self-healing to 20% is a real burden, because I cannot detoxify them. Because if you try a little detoxification, they get really bad and they get a really worsening of symptoms. This cause Herxheimer. So
Herxheimer reaction. Yeah, that's a good term.
Only building up. I'm building biochemistry. I'm building the immunity. I'm building the peptides.
Yeah.
Dus I'm only making better the liver function. I make better the immune function. I make better the kidney function. Just you're only building up.
And when you're dealing with that normal mentality, when people feel terrible, they think things have gotten worse. Whereas we know when you feel terrible, that's a great sign. It's a detoxification sign. Just throw that out there.
But you have to bear it.
Yeah, you have to be able to bear it.
They laying in bed, they are in pain, they are really bad. I only building up the 5 elements and make stronger the 5 elements to get them out of yin position.
Yeah.
The mitochondria, because I make mistakes. Yeah? I make many mistakes. And I thought, okay, I want to get them better. Let's try a little detoxification, a little parasites, only a few parasites. Bad.
Wow.
They cannot handle it.
Wow.
Only the candida. This kind of
people. This has changed your approach.
I changed my approach. So, for example, I learned from my daughter was already on this edge. She was really. May I tell it? It was really on borreliosis was so strong in the head. The inflammation of the borreliosis was so strong. She only was lying down, and I was always trying to get rid of the borrelia, to get rid of Epstein-Barr. She only get worse, only get worse. So I really learned my lessons very so roughly.
Yep.
That I really had to build up first your underlying. And the 5 elements are very important. The mitochondria is very important. That's where I start.
Energy.
And life for energy meditation.
Life force energy
It's
meditation.
for her.
Yourself into a state of mind that every day you say, I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna make sure that my body will heal.
So yeah, so if you're not hearing that off screen, she's saying you basically have to meditate that every day. You know, if you're really ill, you have to just meditate. You're going to heal. I can heal. You have to affirm that to yourself.
It's very
and
important.
build and build that up.
And for her, I give her afterwards when I discovered this, and I only give her 5 elements and mitochondria. Only that. There's only for 1 hour.
So the 5 elements of mitochondria, build that vital force up.
Yes. For example, she was 2 years ago. It was so bad. I only did kidney energy. Only water element. Only water. The water element is most important.
Okay.
So only the water element here, water element there. Only that. Only water. I was thinking, my God, I do nothing. No. Normally,
But gradually it worked.
It worked. Her case, for example, this kind of patients nowadays. Now I learned my lessons. Nowadays, I do only water element for half an hour.
Yep.
For half an hour, only water element. And then slowly earth element. After water element, you do earth element to building up. And then again build up. And then a week later, okay, can you withstand this? Yes. Then we go to fire. Water, earth, fire. Yeah, that's the way you do it. And that's the only way you do. And then you get better. But if I'm a very impatient man, you know, this is also a lesson for me, you know.
Everybody wants to see the people heal quicker.
Yeah.
And that's not always, what I'm hearing from you is that is not always appropriate. In fact, most of the time it's not appropriate. And the sicker somebody is, the slower you have to go.
But we also expect something from the patients.
Yeah.
That means we do something, but you as a patient have to do also something. And for being up, you had to restore, but you had to do your breathing exercises. You had to do your pranayama.
Yeah.
And what you had to do is this kind of exercise. Go to the tree, connect with the tree, feel the energy of the tree going through your spine, and try to take in this energy of nature. That's what you have to do. And your breathing exercise, you have to change your diet. If you don't change your diet, and if you're on cancer,
right, exactly. You've had enough experience after 40 years. And same with me. I've known over the years, if somebody can't cut the sugar out, they're going to get into a lot of trouble. Yeah. Okay, so we've heard a lot about healing here. There's a lot of that's going on here at Ars Biomedica, it's between Utrecht and Amsterdam. You can get here from Schiphol. You can get here if you're just driving in from Germany or from Belgium and you're in the region. Come see this facility. Amazing facility. Now, you've owned this building for some years, so it's all set. Everything's set. No one's going anywhere, and they have got some cool stuff. Now, I got some treatments earlier. I'm going to go get some treatments right now. And what a great way to spend your time. Hey, if you're going to be on your phone anyway, you might as well be getting a treatment. If you're going to be doing your, let's say your work on your computer, you might as well be getting, for example, a multi-oscillator treatment or something.
Yes, because you're doing much. Some people are coming just for the treatments in the hall.
That's it. Yeah,
that's it. You say I just come for healing, for rejuvenation, for more energy. We have many times patients coming from America, United States, Canada, also and also UK. And people they come with very serious problems. What you can do if you have a serious health problem, you can say, wait, I book for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. And we go in that 4 weeks, we go to a big, roughly scheme to go through these phases. And you really get, after 2, 3 weeks, you really feel somebody else.
So they would get us placed nearby, like an Airbnb nearby. Do you have recommendations for places? Okay, great.
And people ask for recommendations. Say, okay, you stay there. You go to the detoxifying process. You go to the healing process. You can have your own place, and then we accompany you.
Okay, so we're going to leave all the details right here in the notes of this podcast or in the description of this video to how to find these guys, find the website, and get over here and enjoy it. We'll be back for many, many trips here. And this was our first real trip of really digging into what you got, getting on the devices and everything. It's really fun. I think that about covers it. We covered so much. I don't want to overwhelm everybody. Just want to let you guys all know that health and healing is possible no matter how sick anybody is. Maybe it's you, maybe it's a family member. It is possible to heal. But as you've seen, and as we've gone over here the last like 30 minutes, you've seen that the more sick that somebody is, the more careful we have to be in bringing them back. We don't want to do too much too quickly, but you can get all the way back to vibrant health.
It's so beautiful to see people go this way, and after 3-4 months, they totally change. It is unbelievable.
Personalized complementary medicine. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Have the best day ever.
Bye-bye.
Good job. Wow, we covered it all.
Yes.
Yeah, we got it all in there. That was great. Thank you.